Have you ever wondered how some people always seem to have money? Like, no matter what they do, they just keep winning in life and making more. Well, I'm one of those people. From increasing my income to stocks, from property to even a $1 bet that turned into thousands twice. I've done it all. But here's the real secret. It's not just luck. There's a pattern, a mindset, and a system that people like me use. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Some of what I'll share would be around quantum physics, logic, and pure numbers. But the last part of this video, that's the key that makes everything click. So don't miss that part. The first on the list is the power of belief and law of attraction. Everything starts with mindset. People who have money generally believes that they attract abundance. This is not just wishful thinking. When you align your thoughts into what you really want, everything falls apart and makes way for what you desire. Speaking of, number 2 is your alignment. Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're busy, but really not living? That's where the Japanese concept, Ikigai, comes in. It's the sweet spot for what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for all needs align. People in Okinawa, Japan, one of the world's longest living communities, live by this. They wake up each day with purpose, not pressure. Ikigai teaches you that success isn't about chasing money. It's about living a purpose and sharing it with others. Number 3 is surround yourself with the energy that matches your goals. According to a recent study, you're the sum of the 5 people that you normally hang around with. Now, I know that you're going to ask, what if I'm only in the beginning of my journey and I'm still broke? With the recent advancement of technology, you can actually learn from a lot of different mentors online, and you don't even have to pay for them. Now, if you want some good accountability on your side, you might have to pay money for mentorship, because a study shows that paying for something gives you a set of accountability wherein you're driven to have better results since you've already paid for the courses or the mentorship. This is going to be tough for people starting in their journey, because these are the period in your life where you're going to be lonely. Reason why? You're gonna have to cut off a lot of your friends in favor for you to grow. And it's not because you don't like them. It's mainly because you need to let go of the people that will not allow you to grow to reach your new potential. And the most important thing here is you really don't want to surround yourself with people who always just complains and who don't have accountability in their life. The ones that always just blame other people about the things that are happening in their life, especially the negative ones. Number 4, money flows where energy goes. Bill Gates was once asked what would be the key thing that allowed you to be successful, and his only answer would be focus. If you have focus and clarity, you can achieve anything that you ever set your mind into. A lot of the times we normally think that being busy is progress, but sometimes it will only make you run around in circles. An example for this would be when I was trying to move up the corporate ladder. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's really difficult for someone like me, who's a student migrant, to come into Australia and become a manager, especially when they're not even a resident yet. So what I've done is I focused and narrowed in into my goals and my ambition. I learned everything that I need to do in my work. I learned leadership skills, communication skills, and tried to apply it into my day-to-day work. Sooner or later, people have actually noticed, and that's when I tried to apply for better roles in the industry. During this time period, I wasn't able to have any kinds of distractions. It was a little bit lonely because I wasn't going out that much. Every free time that I have was focused on trying to develop my personal character to be the person that I wanted to be in the future. So whether it's side hustles, investment, or even bet, energy and focus turns small actions into big wins. Number 5, the system behind the big success. There's always structures for people like me: budgets, investment strategies, risk management, and diversification. Even the most important part, which is statistical analysis. Law of attraction may give you a sense of direction, but your systems will allow it to be real. I'll give you an example. The reason why I was able to do those kinds of bets is because I did massive statistical analysis regarding probabilities on certain outcomes that will give me the highest returns. So it's not actually luck. It's basically the same reason why there's multiple syndicates out there that are betting on Lotto who are making lots of money.
We are betting $40,000 on windfall tickets.
Are you guys drug dealers?
We're professional lottery players.
That isn't a thing.
It is now.
It's the statistical probability that allows you to win money when gambling. But I don't advise anyone to do this because not everyone has this emotional stability to pull this off. The more better system would be for you to apply budgets, and when you invest, try investing in stocks that gives you dividends and has a good track record, and diversifying your investments. Regarding properties, not all of them are good investments, so you need to make sure that you have a strategy when you're purchasing a property. Otherwise, you're not gonna have the same returns that I did back then. So systems really is the key if you wanna be successful in whatever you're going to do. Number 6 is also another important thing, which is gratitude. Gratitude turns whatever you already have into a lot more. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if there's nothing to be grateful for? The truth is, there's always something to be grateful for. You're just not looking hard enough. The fact that you can breathe, the fact that you can move, the fact that you can still afford a food to eat. That's a lot of things to be grateful for. I'll give you an analogy. It doesn't matter what you believe out there. If you believe in God or whatever religion you have, or if you don't have faith, then you can say the universe or whatever you believe in. But in my case, I'm going to talk about God. Let's say God has given you the capacity to think, because the truth is he could have given you a mental illness, but you neglect it, you waste it, and you always complain about the things that you don't have. On the other hand, there's this other person who's always grateful. He lost his eyes, but he's still grateful, still makes money. But then there's a person like Nick, who's lost his arms and legs and turned tragedy into an inspiring life. You need to be really honest with yourself. Who do you think would get a lot more blessings? Is it Nick or the person who keeps on complaining? It's the same thing as being a parent. If your kid is always grateful to whatever you give them, then you're more likely going to give them a lot more, even though you can't actually afford the toys that they want. Number 7 is turning setbacks into momentum. Winners don't see failure as losses. They see it as data. It's something for you to learn. You only actually lose or fail if you quit. Whether it's a bad trade, failed business, or a slow month, consistency and gratitude turns those lessons into fuel. I'll tell you 2 examples about this. Back when I was starting, I used to earn $17,000 a year. Then, I was able to get myself up to $40,000 a year. I was investing and doing day trading back then. I actually lost $6,000, which is over 10% of my gross salary. If you take out taxes, it's roughly around 20% to 25% of my disposable income. And I thought at the time, that's actually a big loss. But the thing is, if you don't go through these problems, then it won't allow you to live a bigger life, which has a lot more bigger problems. So, a few years later, what I lost was somewhere around $170,000, and I was roughly around $800,000 in debt. And honestly, I was shaking to my boots. But that is actually the time where I dug deep and did a little bit more. Now, I'm living comfortably. Fast forward to today, with God's blessing and a lot of patience from my wife, luckily, I was able to get through that rough moment in my life. The main thing here is, if you want a bigger life, normally, you're gonna have a bigger problem, which is why you need to make sure that if you really want the rich life, that you're going to be prepared for all the struggles and sufferings that goes with it. Last on the list, which is number 8, is consistency. Like what Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. It's not one big move that makes people rich. It's 1,000 small, consistent actions. The people that you see online have more failures than things that you've ever tried in your life. The key is to make sure to keep on standing and moving forward in the face of multiple failures. One of the main things that will allow you to be consistent is finding your drive or your why. Why do you want to be financially free? Is it to prove someone wrong, which is a dark energy, but really potent? Or to make sure that you can help the people that you love and give back to the community? I'm gonna be honest with everyone. My main driver back then was because I was trying to prove myself to everyone who's ever doubted me. I was never the A-plus student in the class. In fact, I almost repeated a grade, but luckily there's summer classes which allowed me to take extra credits so that I can go to the next level of my high school. But now I want to be rich and successful so that I can help a lot more people as a way of giving back, since there's a lot of people who's helped me along my journey. And that's all for today. If you think I missed out a couple of points, please comment down below. And as always, please like and subscribe so that we can continue on making videos like this. See you next time.